Hi everyone. This week we start Microsoft Word 2010. So in this video we'll go over the basics of creating a new Word document and saving it to our computer, as well as some of the basic features of the user interface in Microsoft Word. So to start Microsoft Word, in Windows 7, click the Start menu, All Programs, navigate the All Programs list to find Microsoft Office. Then in Microsoft Office, you'll see all of the Office products that we'll use from the Office suite this semester. So you'll see Microsoft Access 2010, Excel 2010, PowerPoint, and finally Word. Clicking on Word opens up a new Word document. Notice by default in the title bar, Microsoft names Word documents by default Document 1. If Document 1 is already open, it will name it Document 2 and so on. So Document 2, Document 3. Depending on what is already open. So the first thing that we need to do is actually take this document and save it as a file on our computer. Notice across the top of the user interface are tabs. The first is File tab, and the File tab is a little bit different because you'll notice the other tabs open new commands on the ribbon. This area of the window is called the ribbon, and it has common commands that we'll use as we're modifying our Word document. The first, however, opens what's called the Backstage view, and this provides common functionality across all of the Microsoft products. Some of the most important things we do when taking our document and either saving it or printing it or sending it are available in this Backstage view. So first is Save and Save As. Save As allows us to select the location where we're saving the file to and determine the name of the file. Save, the first time that we click Save actually opens up the same functionality as the Save As dialog because Microsoft Word doesn't know what we want to name the file. It doesn't know the location where we want to save it to. Subsequent times that we click the Save, if we've already selected the location and saved our file, we'll just save our current progress in our Word document to the existing file that we've already saved to. So let's go ahead and click on Save As. Notice it opens the Save As dialog, and there are three things to be concerned with when we're saving our Word document. One is the location, and this entire portion of the Save As dialog deals with the location. You'll notice in this address bar, it shows the current working directory. That's where we're going to save it if we click the Save button right now. So we want to make sure we save it to a location on our computer where we'll remember, and we want to typically pick a common location for all of our files, particularly for this class. So use the knowledge that you acquired during the Windows XP chapter where you created a folder structure for your classes, and create a folder for this class, somewhere where you know the files, where the files are. It's easy to get to. Windows 7 provides a few shortcuts as well as Windows XP. So you'll notice in Windows 7 we have some favorites, so recent places that we've saved documents to, our desktop area. There's also some libraries, and this would be equivalent to My Documents in Windows XP. So by default mine starts in the Documents area. We also have the drives of our computer, so you see the C drive. That's actually a hard drive installed on the computer. You might also see a flash drive if you've put a flash drive into the computer to use. That would be a good recommendation if you plan on doing any work at the college, or if you need to bring files into office hours to show me and work with me on. For my example here, I'll click Documents, and we'll create a new folder called Microsoft Word. You might want to call it IT 1010, and we'll name the file Demonstration 1. Actually, let me call it Word Demonstration 1. So we have our file location. We've created a new folder called Microsoft Word. Now we have a file name, and the file name needs to make sense, right? So the next time we come back and look for our file, we'll look at the name of the file and know exactly what it is. So So that's our goal with naming files. And then we'll select the Save As type. By default, you can see it's going to save it as a Word document. And by default, Word documents have a file extension of .docx, so that Windows knows to open this file in Microsoft Word. Other common extensions with Excel will have a .xlsx file extension, with PowerPoint a .pptx file extension, and with Access we'll have a .accdb extension. And you'll see that we can also save our Word document as several other formats. We won't need that right now, but for instance, if you had a friend who had a computer with an older version of Office installed, like maybe Office 2003, you could save it as the older file type .doc and send that file to them, and they could view it and modify it easily on their computer. Maybe if you were going to send it to someone on an Apple computer who did not have Microsoft Word installed, you could choose .pdf. So it'd be a good format to send in an email or save to a website. And you can see there's lots of different options for output formats or save as types. We're going to leave ours Word document .docx. So again, 3 things that we're concerned with: the location of the file name, and the save as type. Now, you might notice sometimes there's a .docx at the end. That's not really necessary because this save as type that's selected will be appended to the end of the file. So let's go ahead and click Save now, and we'll take a look at our file. You'll notice the title bar changes the name of our document to Word Demo 01.docx. So now it's the file name that we've saved. And now I'm going to navigate the computer, so I'll select All Programs, back to Accessories, and Windows Explorer. And I'll navigate to the location where we saved the file. So I saved it under Documents, Microsoft Word, and here we see the file. So it's got the file name and a .docx indicating that it is a Word file. So next time I turn my computer on, if I want to go to that document, there's a couple ways I can do it. I can either navigate the way we just did through Windows Explorer to find the file and then double click it. We can also click on the File tab to get the Backstage view, and you'll see there's an option for Recent Documents, and this shows recent Word documents that we have had opened, and it'll give you a pretty good list of documents. We can also click this Quickly Access so that if we're on a different option in the Backstage view, it still lists a few of our recent Word documents. Okay. A third way is we can click on the Backstage view, click Open, and then navigate to find our document. So 3 different ways we can open the file, really a personal preference depending on which one you want to use. So back to the Backstage view. Now I'm going to click the File tab, open the Backstage view, and look at a few other commands. So we can save our document. So now we've made a modification. We come here and click Save. We can also do that from the Quick Access toolbar if we've made a change to our Word document. So if I type some information, this is a demo. Notice I can click on the Quick Access toolbar and then quickly navigate back to our Windows Explorer, and you'll see it has modified the file date, the last modified time and date of when we saved our file. Okay, moving on. Another important thing to do is print our Word document. So in the Backstage view, we can click Print, and it'll present us with this print menu. And there's a few options. First of all, in this Backstage view under Print, we can see some common print options, and these are really settings that apply to Microsoft Word. They apply to Microsoft Word. So if we wanted to change actual properties about the printer itself, the actual hardware device, we can click on Printer Properties. And this is where we'll see a dialog that applies not just to Word, but also to the printer that we're printing it to. There are some common properties that apply to all Microsoft Word documents, so we can determine what to print. We can print a range of pages. So if we just want to print pages 1 through 3, we can type 1-3. If we want to print just pages 1 and 3, we can type 1, 3. And it allows us to print custom pages. We can also, depending on the functionality of our printer, print on both sides of the page or just a single side. We can determine if they're collated. So if we want all the page ones to be together, we want uncollated. If we want, if we are printing 3 copies and we want them to be page 1, page 2, page 3, and then start the next document, we want it to be collated, and some other options here. When we finally want to print it and the print preview looks good, we can select how many copies we want to output to our printer and click the print button. Also, closing out of Microsoft Word is important. There's a few ways to do that. We can close the document without closing Word by clicking on this close button. We can close Word altogether by clicking the exit button. We can accomplish the same thing by using the close button in the upper right hand corner. Okay, lastly, I want to go over the very basics of the user interface. So Microsoft has done us all a favor by creating a common user interface, which is common across all of the Microsoft Office products. So this view of the ribbon that we see across the top, we will see in all of the Office products that we use this semester. Notice that the basic functionality is all grouped into these tabs, and when we click on a tab, it changes the functionality of the ribbon. This area of the window is called the ribbon. The main area of the Microsoft window is, of the Word window, is the document window. The document window shows us the actual document, the content of our actual document. And we can zoom in and out to see more or less by clicking on this zoom slider. Another nice shortcut is if you have a wheel on your mouse, you can hold down the control button on your keyboard and scroll the wheel to zoom in and out. Additionally, as we explore this ribbon, you'll see that each section of the ribbon, so here you see a clipboard section of the ribbon, a font section of the ribbon. So we have groupings of functionality, and each section has a button in the bottom right hand corner. We call this the launcher. So here we have paragraph functionality in the ribbon. Clicking on the launcher opens up a dialog, which is similar to the older versions of Microsoft Word. And in these dialogs, for instance, here's the paragraph dialog, you'll see that we have really all of the functionality for modifying our paragraph layout. So really all of the paragraph options exist in this dialog. Same thing with font. If we click the font launcher, we get the font dialog. And what's nice about this interface is, first of all, I think Microsoft is trying to provide the functionality that we need in the window at the time we need it. And also the fact that they've made this a common interface across all of the Office products makes it more convenient to transition from one product to another. So when we go from Microsoft Word to Excel, Excel will become easier because it has the same user interface. Another thing about the ribbon is that it will change based on what we have on the page. So here we are in the Insert tab, And you'll notice that we can insert different types of objects. So we can insert a page, we can insert a table, an image or an illustration. We can insert hyperlinks, headers and footers. So let's as an example, go ahead and click a table, and we'll add a table. And instantly you notice in the ribbon, 2 new tabs have appeared. These tabs apply to the table, and they show up because we have the table selected. So try this on your computer. Click on the table or insert a different type of object like an image. Click on it, and notice that there are new tabs at the top which apply to that element that we've just added. Now clicking off of the table makes those tabs disappear. Clicking back on it makes them reappear. So Microsoft, again, is providing functionality that we need on the page in the window when we need it. And I think it becomes convenient as you use it more and more. So go ahead and try creating a new Word document, save it to your computer and see if you can find it. That's a very important thing that we'll have to do throughout the semester. Try printing a document and test some of the features that are available. Navigate the ribbon a little bit. Get familiar with some of the commands and how Microsoft groups those commands. So check out each tab. The Insert tab allows us to insert different objects. Page Layout allows us to change the overall page layout. References allows us to do things like add tables of content, bibliography. Mailing, so if we want to send this to a group of email recipients or prepare it to mail it via standard mail. Review allows us to work in a team and make comments and do editing, but track changes, check spelling. View allows us to change how we're viewing the document. So we can change it from print layout, how it will print, to web layout, how it will look if we save it for the web. We also have that functionality along the bottom as well to change the view. And then again, add an element and see how it changes the ribbon, how it adds functionality to the ribbon. And let me know if you have any questions along the way. Getting started might be the most important part, and then we'll continue to elaborate on that through later videos and weeks and in our assignments. Thanks.